Oh, well, she wants us back over there. You're going to... So there you go.
For folks who may be looking for a place to sit, we know the room has filled up. We want to make sure you all know that hearing rooms 1 and 2 at the bottom of the stairs right out front will be live streaming the swearing in. So if folks are looking for seats and the room is full, please go down to hearing rooms.
Hello. You got to turn it on.
Can we get the volume up just a little bit more? There we go, thank you. Good afternoon, folks. If you are looking for seats, this room has filled up. If you're looking for seats, please head to hearing rooms 1 and 2. They are on the first floor, just at the bottom of the steps. We'll be live streaming this event in hearing rooms 1 and 2. Lots of seating down there, open to the public. Hearing rooms 1 and 2 at the bottom of the steps on your left or your right. Immediately as you get to the bottom of the steps, lots of seating there if you're looking for a place to sit.
Good afternoon, everyone. Nice. Good afternoon, and welcome to the swearing in of Oakland's 52nd mayor. And just so you don't know, the rest of that sentence was the Honorable Barbara Lee. My name is Barbara Leslie, and I am the CEO of the Oakland Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Keith Brown, Executive Secretary Treasurer of the Alameda Labor Council.
Today marks the beginning of a new era in Oakland, one of united leadership and collective progress. Oakland's toughest challenges cannot be solved by policy alone. It takes people in this room working together across neighborhoods, backgrounds, and beliefs to build solutions that serve everyone. Given that, Keith and I are actually standing here today is a clear sign that our mayor-elect, the last time I get to call her that, our mayor-elect is committed to leading our city with everyone and for everyone.
We are committed to supporting Mayor Lee in realizing her vision for a safe, vibrant, and equitable city, a city where business can grow and working families can thrive. Throughout the next few months, we will work alongside many committed community and working group members, and we will be laser focused on executing the mayor's agenda with honesty, transparency, and trust. We will achieve that vision. Now, I would like to invite Oakland City Clerk Asha Reed and also Bill Patterson, retired East Bay Mud Director, OUSD Student Director Maximus Simmons, and Mayor-elect Barbara Lee to the podium to take the oath of office. Thank you.
Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. Okay. Gonna go ahead and perform your oath. You don't have to repeat after me. You're gonna raise your right hand. You will affirm the oath by saying, I swear, I shall, or I will, and then that is it. You ready? I solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of California, and the Charter of the City of Oakland, and will truly, and to the best of my ability, perform the duties of Mayor, City of Oakland.
I swear I shall, I will.
Congratulations, Mayor Lee. And then, quick.
Whoa, I swear I shall, I will. Whoa.
Thank you kindly.
Okay.
And we'll provide you a copy. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, Oakland. Thank you so much. Let me thank our city clerk, Aisha Reed, and also Bill Patterson and Maximus for their tremendous service. Give them a round of applause. We have those whose shoulders we stand and our future here with us today, so thank you so much. Before I begin, let me just take a moment to thank Barbara Leslie, better known as Barb, Executive Director of the Oakland Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce, Keith Brown, Executive Secretary Treasurer of our Alameda Labor Council, and to my Chief of Staff, Mia Saika Chen. Can I ask them to come up and just join me? They've been a rock through this entire transition period, and I just want them to be here as we talk a little bit about the future. Yes, it's with deep gratitude and humility and love for Oakland that I stand here before you as the newly sworn mayor of the city of Oakland that I love so much, a city that gave me hope, a Mills College education, a loving and safe neighborhoods to raise my son, and the support to represent the people as your assembly member, your state senator, your congresswoman, and now as your mayor. And yes, today marks a new era for Oakland. Like Oakland's gifts to me, I really want to help, with your help, reinstill hope, create opportunities for our young people, ensure a safe path for our sons and daughters to have long, productive lives, and to be housed or own homes in a safe, clean city, to address the moral disgrace of our unsheltered population with dignity, to support our senior citizens and our artists, and yes, to recommend solutions to make our city and its people economically healthy and vibrant. So to the good people of Oakland, I'm honored to serve as your mayor. Your spirit, your resilience, and your grit are unmatched. And I know this country and I know the cities very well. And I know that we've been through a lot and will continue to go through our share of challenges. But what I know about Oakland is that we are a community that punches above our weight, right? Always. We are a city of doers, of dreamers, of entrepreneurs, of artists, of innovators. And together, we're going to do the hard work, and you know it's hard work, to put Oakland back on the right track. On the right track. So to my family, I want to thank you for your unwavering commitment and support. I wanted a moment of personal privilege. I wanted to note that the Bible I was just sworn in with belonged to my grandfather, an incredible man who was born 2 years after people in Texas found out we were free. In 1867, he was born in Galveston, Texas. That's 2 years after slavery ended. His mother, my great-grandmother, was born and lived through slavery in Galveston. Now, my grandfather graduated from Tillotson College in Austin, Texas. He spoke fluent Spanish. He became the first letter carrier in El Paso, Texas. We lived in an immigrant community near the border of Juarez, Mexico. Juneteenth is significant and has been for myself, and many of you know that. Galveston is significant because it was 2 years on Juneteenth after 1865, when emancipation occurred. The Texans were told 2 years later, mind you, when the Union soldiers came to Galveston, they told us that we were freed. Didn't know it. So that's Juneteenth for you, June 19th, 1865. And my grandfather was born 2 years later. And so we all lived together in an extended family in El Paso and in Southern California, in San Fernando and Pacoima. Now, my mother, and many of you knew my mother, Mildred Parrish Massey. She was, you knew my mother, here she is. She was one of the first 12 students who integrated the University of Texas at El Paso, one of the first 12 with the NAACP as a plaintiff. She became the first African American to work as a civilian at Fort Bliss Army Base. And many of you knew her, as I said, but you know what she always told me? That in spite of the challenges, the word can't is not in the dictionary. And she made me look it up every time I said, I can't. She said, yes, you can. I can't. And she said, it's not in the dictionary. That was Mildred Massey. My father, some of you knew him, Lieutenant Colonel Garvin Tutt. He lived in Alameda and in Oakland. He served in the Korean War and in World War II. He was in the 92nd All-Black Battalion in Italy. Of course, it was a segregated army then, supporting the Normandy invasion. He was a proud military officer who wanted to buy a home in San Leandro. He couldn't because he was Black. My dad tried several times to buy a home in San Leandro and ended up being run out of town. But guess what? My father gave me a lot of hope. Little did my parents know then that I would end up representing San Leandro for 3 decades in Congress. In 3 decades of Congress. And some of you may remember my stepmother, Paul and Gay. I know you remember Rayco Tutt, who my dad married after he divorced my mother. They split up and remarried, both of them. He married her in Japan. And I had the privilege, when Rayco came back here to Oakland, I had the privilege to teach her English. And she was truly a second mother to me. And so when I think about my family, I think about Oakland and its beautiful diversity. Here in Oakland, I have talked and visited with many in living rooms, at community events, at church services. Here in Oakland, I have visited many farmers markets and neighborhoods over the past many years, and especially in the last 5 months. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your stories and continuing to inspire and encourage me to meet this moment. You were clear about the need to transform Oakland into a safer and cleaner city. Very clear. Very clear. And you were clear about wanting a government that you can trust, to solve our fiscal challenges, safety, housing, and homelessness challenges, and to create good-paying union jobs and economic development. And you were 100% clear always about how much you loved Oakland. We love life in Oakland, don't we? We love life in Oakland. So over the last month, my transition team has been working so hard at building a team that can deliver on my 100-day plan, which is a 10-point program. So let me thank my transition team, of course, co-chairs Barb Leslie and Keith Brown, Danny Nguyen, our director. Thank you, Danny, very much for doing the heavy lifting. Ben Rosenfeld and Barbara Parker for helping to ensure a smooth, ready-to-lead transition into the mayor's office. And I want to thank Mia Saika Chen. Where's Mia? Go, Mia, for answering the call. She knows it's a tough job. But she has already answered the call as my chief of staff. And to Council Member, Mr. President Kevin Jenkins. Where's Kevin? My mentor. You've been holding down 2 jobs for months now. And thank you so much for your mentorship and your advice. And thank you for your continued leadership and continued service. And I look forward to working with you now in my official capacity. And to all of our phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal, city council members. They have been so much of my life, as my mentors also. But more importantly, I just want to say to them, you are my friends, and I want to thank you. Give our council members a round of applause. Oaklanders expect and demand that we must govern in a new way. And y'all know me, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. And it starts with the people. There's a saying that people closest to the challenges are the ones closest to the solutions. Over the next 100 days, we will bring Oaklanders from all walks of life to help inform how our government can better serve the people and usher in a new era of prosperity and progress. And I don't mean task forces that are going to continue and continue and continue. I'm talking about action plans, what we can do immediately and long term. Y'all know me, right? We will keep the public informed all along the way. Our working groups, our listening sessions, our community forums, and neighborhood meetings, you'll be getting updates of this work, and it'll be posted online. Our working groups range from good governance, public safety, public-private partnerships, large employers, small businesses, youth, arts and culture, economic development, tech, interfaith advisory council, and more. There's no time to waste. Oaklanders deserve transparency, accountability, and results starting now. Starting now. And so I've begun meeting already with county, state, and federal officials and business and philanthropy partners to identify investments, alliances, resources, and funding streams to Oakland for homelessness, affordable housing, healthy food access, infrastructure, clean energy, economic development, arts and culture and innovation, and more. And the response has been incredibly positive. I'm also clear-eyed that Oakland, like many cities across California and our nation, is projected to have a substantial budget shortfall over the next 2 years. These budget deficits didn't happen overnight, and they will require both short-term and long-term structural solutions to solve Oakland's budget challenges. We have the best minds and the best financial advisors, and we'll have more. And with my team, I plan to immediately review areas of concern, including Oakland's expenditures and obligations, its budget assumptions, a strategy to collect money owed to the city, making sure, right? You all know what I'm talking about? Making sure taxpayer dollars are being spent efficiently and the impact of federal budget cuts on local Oakland programs. And I'm grateful for the perspectives of everyone. And I want to thank our city administrator, Justin. Justin, thank you very much for steadying the ship for all of us and for your advice and your leadership. So as your mayor, my job is to lead our city out of a budget crisis and a period of financial stability. Not gonna be easy, but we're gonna do everything we can do, everything. And we can only do this together if we have a strong and vibrant downtown, thriving small businesses in every single Oakland neighborhood, and those that preserve the character of our great city and contribute to our vitality, and a city that welcomes investment, and also a city that values our artists and our cultural workers and our restaurants and all of that that makes Oakland, Oakland. And so just thank you all for being here on my first, is this my first official day as the mayor of Oakland? First day. First day. And I'd like to end with a quote from a very good friend of mine, the late, great Maya Angelou, whose late son was my friend Guy. Guy grew up and lived right here in Oakland. Dr. Angelou said, "Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Oakland, yes, today, what are we going to do? We rise. All right, thank you. God bless you.
Oh my goodness, amazing.
We did it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Where do we go? This way?